Right. Welcome, welcome. I think, yes, we just hit 12 o'clock, so we had a little music there to begin with. Um, can anyone tell me out there in live stream land if you could hear that music while I was playing that? I had my mic on and played the music. Didn't know if you could hear it all. So anybody hear the music? And Ryan, thank you. Wow, 30 below wind chill right now in Minnesota. So let's go ahead and bring up the big old screen that I woke up with this morning. So this was what I woke up to in the Woodbury area east of St. Paul, Minnesota. Sunshine like crazy, extreme cold warning, and 13 below Fahrenheit was the actual temperature. And we were warned of threats of possibly in the 30 below wind chill. And there we go, Ryan. Here's Ryan's right here. 30 below wind chill. Thank you so much. No music. Thank you, Ryan. Didn't hear music. Good, good. Good to know. It was a test run. I got to rock out in my studio, but you all didn't get to hear it. What a bummer. So we'll tweak that later. Fantastic. Thanks, everyone, for being here. And as I always do here, I'm going to be inviting a few people in if they would like to join me. We'll work on that in a moment. But first, I want to go ahead and give you all here we go. Testing, testing. All right, I still see Ryan's image there, 30 below wind chill with the wind blowing out there right now. I can see the picture of me, and I can see the 2025 live stream Bonsai Expo. Now, this by no means is the expo. This is just another teaser. This is a tester, so I can do exactly what I'm doing right now. I got to know that if I push wrong buttons on July 26th of 2025, this July, I have to know what to do to get myself back in order. While you guys are all sitting there waiting for this long 6-hour marathon that we're going to be taking under. So I'm going to go ahead and look for a few things here while you guys chit chat. I won't be able to probably respond to questions anytime soon until I figure out what's going on here. So what I will do right now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send a link out. Let me see here. How did I do this earlier? Okay, I'm going to send a link out right now. And I'm going to test this out for the first time. Hey, Steve of Steve's Backyard Bonsai, if you could test this link here, and let me see if you pop up on my screen so I can share you with the rest of the world. So I'm going to test that for the first time today. And then I'm going to go ahead and get myself my video file. I'm going to open that up. Good. Okay. Present. Video file. I'm going to find that. That's awesome. I should have another couple of video files here. And one more. I'll get one more video file here for you. All right. Okay, we're getting closer, folks. Not sure what happened there. So I'm kind of an Apple person, and I have an Apple here at home. But once in a while, when I'm working at school, I have the Google Chrome books, and when I'm going too fast and I'm trying to find things, I lose things, and I lose the page I was on, and it's really ridiculous. And I know I go too fast, but I just am trying to get all the kinks out. So let's get onto the stage, see if he can hear me, see if I can hear him, and we will get another human being on to help salvage this a little bit. Look, there he is. Hey, Steve, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
In StreamYard, though, I can't see the live chat.
You can't see the live chat. Okay. So when I first came on here, I saw a chat that was just me, and then when I hit on comments, because there was a whole bunch on there, I started to see everybody on there. Is there a button up there somewhere that says comments? Mine was in the upper right hand side. So
in the show, everyone can see you. No.
Anybody else can see the comments, and how did you start seeing them?
Oh wait, there's a chat button on the bottom.
Try the chat button. That might get you live and ready to go.
It just says chat with everyone in studio, but it's...
So does it give you a list of all the people chit-chatting there?
No, YouTube does, but StreamYard doesn't.
StreamYard doesn't. All right. So mine kind of, when I clicked on the comment button after I started my stream, it I think went to the YouTube chat. So I don't know how I did that.
Oh, now I see. It's funny. It's not in sections. I see myself in the background, but the chat came up and covered you and me.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Mine's off to the right. Mine's off to the side on the right. So that's interesting to know. Fantastic. Hey, look at that. We got Wally on board. We got Nate on board. You guys give me a thumbs up if I can share you. I want to put 4 of us on a screen right now. All right. Added to the stage is Wally, and here comes Nate. This is so fun. You guys give me a thumbs up if I can share you. I want to put 4. Oh, now I'm hearing you on your end, so you might have to mute your mic. And here comes Nate. This is so fun. You guys give me a thumbs up if I can share you. I want to put 4. Oh, now I'm hearing you on your end, so you might have to mute your mic. And here comes Nate. This is so fun. So I must be
this is only a little creepy sounding.
Yeah, it is. Sounds like an 8th grade schoolyard.
It's only a little creepy sounding.
Yeah, it is. Sounds like an 8th grade schoolyard.
Everyone.
Okay, I bet you that got rid of it all in a few moments, because I'm sure it's delayed by a little bit. So I got rid of the external noise, and I don't know. This is the kink I have to figure out. We might have to do just a 4 of us, 4, 5, 6 people someday, and have this and get all the kinks out. But yeah, so now I am not hearing the squabble, but of course I can't hear you talk because I muted your microphones. I didn't mute Steve though. Steve, can you talk?
I can.
Okay, so
I unmuted it on my end, so maybe that's what people have to do. Keep it muted, and then when they want to talk, turn it on.
So
I unmuted it on my end. So
yeah, I'm getting the feedback still.
Yeah, I'm going to mute it again.
Turn it on.
But I think why it happened is because Wally unmuted his. Yeah, I'm getting the feedback still.
You want me to mute it back?
I'm going to mute it again.
No, hold on a sec now. What happened is because Wally unmuted his. Yeah, I'm getting the feedback still.
You want me to mute it back?
Wally, mute your microphone again. Nate, unmute yours.
Unmuted.
Oh, now you and I are talking live, right?
I can hear you, Dave.
Yeah, and can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so now Nate and I, so Wally, I think it's your computer, because Nate and I are fine, and Nate and I are fine, but something's going on, possibly, Wally, with yours, but I don't know. This is only the 3rd time I've used this stream service, so we'll have to get some kinks out. So we'll do that later. I don't want to bore everybody to death with that, but it was good to, what I'll do is I'll have you just open your mics one at a time, or I'll open it up for you, and we'll maybe ask a question or two and then go from there. Oh, I got someone else who joined too, so I'll be curious if James from Bonsai by the Sea, if James is able to talk in a few minutes. His microphone is not muted at the moment, but I haven't added him yet, so maybe that's why we're not getting feedback. So let me go ahead and mute Nate for a moment.
Now Dave is gone.
But there's no feedback now.
Oh, so it was his fault.
I'm going to mute mine again, but there was no feedback.
You're back, Dave.
And now he has feedback, doesn't he? Or maybe not. Steve, I'm going to mute you. There's something weird here. When I push too quickly down to the bottom of my screen, I am losing everything, and it's going to a screen that says you're out of the studio. So that was rather scary. Let me add James to the stage. I think we can have as many as 6 people. So this is a good test, everybody. I see a black screen, so I don't know if James lost connection there. We can remove that for the moment. I'll see if he joins us again. Well, very cool. Steve, you're still live, so we're not getting feedback. That's good. Let me unmute Nate real quick. So Nate, you are now on.
Okay,
mute.
I'm back.
You're back. Steve, say
Hey,
something.
Steve.
Oh,
I just unmuted my mic. Can you hear me?
okay. Still no feedback. You guys okay with feedback?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And let's remove the mute now from Wally. Testing, testing. Whoops. Oh, it won't let me unmute. So can you try to unmute Wally, and then maybe it's there. It is. Testing, testing. Unmute. So can you try to unmute Wally, and then maybe it's there. It is.
I'm unmuted.
Testing, testing. Interesting. I'm gonna mute you again for a second. You were like, it's like we're on a 7-second broadcasting delay with you. So for some reason, your signal where you are, it's coming late where it's getting. I can hear me talking through your computer, and that's where I'm getting that weird feedback. So I'm not sure what that would be, but I'm not getting that with Nate and Steve. Interesting. All right. Well, cool. Well, you guys can hang tight for a little bit. Let me go see if I can show real quick. Take a little breather and check a couple of my things here. And I'm going to present a video real quick just to see if I can get that going for everybody. So here we go. Here is the open to Dave's Bonsai. I'm going to put everybody off the screen for a moment, put you on pause. Oops. Show me that again there, Mr. Wally. Let me switch to my iPhone. Great. We'll put you off this screen for a moment. I got rid of everybody else for the moment. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to present this this video file here. Let me see if I can do that. Where did it go? Here it goes. All right, let's get ready.
Welcome to Bonsai Acres.
All right, so there, that worked. Got that up and running, so that's pretty cool. All right, I got Steve and Nate still on. Wally's going to come back on his phone. Very cool. So thanks for the patience, everyone. This is 12 o'clock on a Monday. I happen to have it off because it's President's Day, and maybe some other people have it off. But I wanted to do some more practice because between now and July, I have to master this for the big expo. We're getting a lot of people interested in helping out and being a part of this thing, but I'm going to have so many cooks in the kitchen on the computer that I have to make sure I have all these kinks. So thanks for the patience. I hope you're all having fun chatting on there. I haven't been able to read a single one of them. And that's one of the things that I'm going to have on board that day is I'm going to have 1 or 2 friends that are local here. They're going to do some monitoring of the chat. And then if we miss any questions, they're going to be able to kind of join through for an hour at a time or so and read the chats and keep us posted. So I'm going to stretch this out a little bit so I'm not so blurry. I must have had it focused over here. So there's Wally back. So we'll do a test in a little moment. But let's go ahead and get a few people caught up to what's going on here. And so I want to see if I can do this on the fly and make this work. So and that'll help me too to see what I can do in person during the show. So we are talking about the 2025 live stream Bonsai Expo, and of course it's on YouTube. Though I'm producing this event, this is not going to go off unless I have a ton of support from all of you. So I continue to ask people on my videos and right here today to anything you want to do to be a part of this show, email me. You can email me at bonsaiacres at gmail.com. So I'll put that up for everybody on the screen. So if you email me and we chit chat and you want to be a part of the show, and I'll tell you how you can be part of the show here in a little bit. So let's also share with everybody what is really going to happen so far. So we do have two commitments that are huge, and our keynote speaker, if you will, in this expo, this live streamed expo, is Mr. Nigel Saunders, the one and only of the Bonsai Zone. So Nigel's going to join us. It's one of my favorite trees there in the background, his Sarissa. And he's going to be joining us and talking about a couple of things. I hope we'll see how much he can join live and or through video. And then our special guest, professional guest, is Jonas Dupuis. If you've not had the pleasure to meet Jonas Dupuis, fantastic man and fantastic bonsai practitioner. And he puts in his YouTube channel that he's a bonsai teacher. So he doesn't call himself a professional, but he's done writing on bonsai for years. His new book is due out April 15th, tax day. It's a new book, and we'll talk about that. I hope to get a couple of copies of that to spread out to all you guys. Oh, not everybody, you know, a couple of winners, you know, drawings, that kind of thing. And his original book, Little Book of Bonsai, fantastic beginner book with great images. Can't wait to see his new book. So Jonas Dupuis will also be joining us. So I hope that you can be a part of this for part of the event and take advantage of the people that we will have. Now, that's just a few of the folks we're going to have. Let's see if I uploaded my other shot. I don't know if I did. Let's see if I can find it on my computer while we're talking live, because this will show me what I can do the day of as well. All right, this one. No, not that one. So, okay. So I do not have the worksheet I was looking for to show you. But we have a couple of folks. We have Yelly joining us. We have Xavier. We also have Jason Hanrahan. We're going to be talking with a whole bunch of people over in Europe, and we're going to have some people here from the United States, Canada, of course, and hoping to find a couple of volunteers and people from the folks out there in Australia who are probably in bed right now. Let me see, 12. It's about 4 a.m. there, I believe, something like that. So we're going to get all kinds of people and do some sharing, and we're going to have some free gifts. I do know that Sarah Rayner, we're going to have a pot or two from her to give away. We're also going to have, I do have a picture of this. So one of my friends from the road trip that I was able to bump into was Scott Buchanan. So I don't know if Scott's with us today. I'm not sure if he could make it or not, but here is a new pot made of stone from Scott Buchanan. And so Scott is getting into some stone art and creating these wonderful bonsai pots out of stone. So he's hand chiseling these things away. And this is one of his pieces of work that I hope to own one day, or one of you might own one day. This might not be the one that he's going to be offering for the expo, but he will also have a pot to give away. So I just have this one image for this morning. There's drain holes in there at the bottom, big like we like them. And even I think a couple of wire holes drilled in there. So we're going to get him on the expo and talk about what he's carving, what this stone is, how he's doing that. And so we will have Scott Buchanan on as well. So that is going to be fun and super exciting to see him. And so that's another way that you can be a part of this expo. If you're doing something that you'd like to showcase on the expo, this is what it's all about. The expo, let's talk about the whys and the wheres and all of that. So the why. The more and more I work on YouTube, this is my 7th season. Everybody that's on this chat, if they're still there, and all the people that have joined me that we might put on camera here in a little bit, I see some people have returned. Wally's back. We might have Steve's still there, Nate's still there. Good. So we're going to have a few of those folks help me out a little bit again as well in a minute. But just the amazing amount of help we all provide this community. So I say it all the time, but I think it's so worth repeating. If you want to be a part of a really cool community, this is what I've discovered in life. You know, find something that you're passionate about, and then find those people. Broken record, right? Have we all heard that before? But this community is second to none. So my road trip, people supported me along the way. Steve, Scott there, Buchanan, and so many other people. Tom from Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. And just some wonderful relationships have been developed, and I can't wait to continue those. And I think that's why we're doing this. If you're a hobbyist, whether you have a YouTube channel that you're trying to get off the ground, or you're just a viewer and a fan, we're all going to get together where we don't have to spend a ton of money. Most of us will spend no money. Some of us are graciously given their time. Some of us are graciously going to mail things out. How we might defray some of those costs, we'll get into at some point. I don't want this to be anything but as free as possible. And that's what's so great about this community is we can just tune in, watch who we want to watch, depending upon the mood we're in that day and what we want to search as far as a technique or a style or a species of tree, or just the crazy personality of someone that you just love to watch. And so we're going to do that live for about 6 hours on July the 26th. So let's get to the, what's the next slide here? When? Yeah, another picture of Bonsai to get us motivated. When? July 26th. It's a Saturday. It's the middle of summer. I'm a teacher for those of you that might still not know, and that's when it works for me. And so very selfishly, I picked that date. It's a date where I don't want to have any children responsibility that weekend, and it's just my Saturday to do what I want to do in the summertime. And so I have to plan early because summers go quick, and that's the date. So July 26th, mark it on your calendar. You can be here for part of it, all of it, and of course, some of it or most of it will be recorded. And so I'll edit it down into chunks for people to watch. We'll have it by hour at minimum, maybe by the half hour based on how guests come and go, and you'll be able to watch that. So that's when it's going to happen, Saturday, July the 26th of this year, 2025. And what? I've already shared most of the what, but the what is going to be you and me and everybody else on YouTube who talks about bonsai because we're so well, we've talked in recent videos about being crazy addicted to this hobby, but addiction can have such a negative connotation. So we're just going to keep calling it our passion, our love, our therapy, our chance to get away from it all and just be with the tree. And of course, some pretty darn cool people. And so that's the whole goal, to hang out, share some knowledge. And you know what? The world is so loud right now, and it's been getting louder and louder for so many reasons that none of us are going to talk about on this expo, I hope, because we all have personal loudness in our life. And so I want this marathon, this 6 hour ordeal to just be, this is what we love to do. And whether you're with us for 5 minutes or 6 hours, let's just look at a bonsai tree or two. Let's talk about bonsai. Let's talk about soil. Let's talk about greenhouses. And there's going to be one major rule. We're going to do what everybody has done on this channel for as long as I've been here, is to just be kind to each other and be passionate about this hobby. And take and give, right? Give some thoughts, some impressions, some advice, opinions, and also be able to take it, right? Or just listen and go like, oh, that's interesting. In the back of your mind, as I teach my students in school, we can think anything we want, our thought bubble, but we might not express some of those things, you know, online. Or if we do, we can do it assertively instead of aggressively. So there's my pitch to be kind. Let's be kind and talk about bonsai. And I don't think we're going to have a problem in this community. Of course, that said, you know, there's always some people out there that are going to give some constructive criticism that might come off the wrong way, right? And so we just have to be careful and know that you might get a little bit thicker skin if you're part of this a union of people here. The content, again, we've shared all of that. We're going to have some people live on the show. We're going to have some roundtable discussions like we're trying to do today. Get some people on, and I'm going to perfect that, I hope, and so it works real smoothly. And then we're going to have some pre-recorded videos that'll be provided to me, and I'll have them downloaded and ready to show and air. I can also go live to a link to your channel. So to try that out right now, let's go ahead and see if I can share my screen and share a video from my good friend Tom. So let me see if that's still up and going. Here it is. All right. So let me share my screen. And try that deal. All right, let me see. Let's go to present. Let's share my screen. Let's share my screen, and let's pick this video from Tom to share. So I'm going to play it and just give me some thumbs up if you can see it. Well, I can't see the thumbs up anymore, so I'm going to air this and then flip around the channel. So here's Tom with the Zimnoponia. Tom, you pronounce it for me.
have his Bonsai Expo, a shorty, before he has the super 6 to 8 hour long one in July. So I'm doing a short video for you, Dave, because I tried to do it on the phone. It cut short. I wouldn't do it after 15 seconds for some reason. And then I just tried to do another video and that didn't work. I tried to upload it and nothing. So I don't know what's going around. I don't think they want me to send you a video, Dave. But I'm going to show Dave the Pelargonium Zero Python, the mama and the baby. That's what I got written on the board. So this is the cutting off the mama. And I just trussed it up with some sand because I got a black thumb with moss. And if you can see the rock, when the sand falls on, it looks like moss on there too. And I just wet it and you can see how nice it looks. Just a little setting. And then this is the mama. And the pots are cold because I can feel them because they're in the north window. So they're a little bit straggly growing with the cold weather. But you can see the nice trunk it develops. And she's this is its second winter. And she's doing pretty good. So I water them. And when in the summertime, that's when they go dormant. But if it rains, I let it rain on them. And they grow. They work. So, Dave, I'm going to try to upload this. And oh, yes, one more thing. Get yourself a hole punch. Because those of you with maple trees and you want to make a nice fall scenery, when you punch it, I just did this on a piece of paper there. The leaves come out like this, so you can put it all over your bonsai maple trees on the bottom like fallen leaves, so you can have a nice fall setting so people can see it. But it works. All you do is put the leaf in and punch. And then you open up the bottom and you got your leaves. Give it a try. Dave, good luck on your expo today. 12 noon, everybody. Central Standard Time. February 17th, Monday, President's Day. I know the kids have off and you're going to be running around like a nut with the kids, but if you can tune in, tune in. Dave, good luck today.
Oh, thank you, Tom. Running around like a nut. There's nothing like Tom. Tom, I hope you're still online with us. I grow and clip bonsai for seniors. There you go. Tom, here we go. Now, Tom has sent me this plant a couple of times, and I seem to be having, a tough time getting it going. But if you can see, this one is kind of a really cool clump style one there, Tom. It's looking pretty good. Don't know if I even want to separate those. You can also see some brown and dying leaves on there, Tom. So, I really have to take some time to talk with you about how to care for mine because it's a little up and down. So there you go, Tom. Thank you so much for showing me that. I hope this expo will be able to showcase some trees just like this, either on my TV or through your TV. And so we'll have people invite them in. So since I'm showing a picture of a tree or two, here are the cuttings from my hibiscus plant, everybody. And so how about that for a President's Day live streamed photo here we got right there. Look at that flower. So saw my first hibiscus bonsai with, of course, Nigel, who I saw has joined us, and I think he's still with us. Hi, Nigel. And there we go. Look at the color of that flower, huh, everybody, for the hibiscus. And if you can see right there, there's another bud ready to punch out. Now, this, of course, is draining all the energy, but I wanted to leave it on, of course, for this little live stream here. So this is two of the cuttings from my big hibiscus. There we go. Cutting over here, cutting over here. So both of them are blooming. Here's two more flowers. Here's another little bud over here. We'll cut those away, keep these growing here. And this summer, we're just going to let these things take off and root like crazy. So there you go. A little hibiscus bonsai action. Thanks to what I found on with the Bonsai Zone. Awesome. Thank you very much, Nigel. Thank you very much, Tom, again, for sharing that video and promoting this episode. So he got up and broadcasted this early, his version, to let everybody know that we were going to do this. So fantastic. Since we have some people with us again, let's go ahead and chime in and see if we get some feedback issues. And again, patience from everybody else while we do this. Here comes Steve. Here comes Wally. And here comes Nate back in line here. No one else is here at the moment. I could also invite a couple more people if they want to go ahead and chime in. Anybody want to? You certainly can. I'll put that in the chat right now. There is the link. So if we get a couple other people on here. Okay, so Steve, you're on mic. Say hello to everybody.
How you doing, everybody?
Well,
Wally, you got a shade cloth on your greenhouse.
oh,
Can't hear you.
Let me unmute my Wally. Wally, can you unmute on your end? Because it's not letting me unmute. And then Nate, we're going to get to you in a second. While he's looking, Nate, let me see if I can unmute you. Now, I lost the ability to mute you all, which is very dangerous. Nate, would you unmute yourself? We'll see if we can hear you.
Well, we lost.
How's that?
All right, Nate is there. Thanks, Nate. Any feedback, Nate?
I'm unmuted right now.
Okay. Can you hear me, Nate?
Yes, but there's about a 10-second delay.
Steve, do you have the delay?
Well, I heard you, and I'm responding to you, and I don't know if
I
there's a
can't.
delay.
So Nate has a delay of about 7 to 10 seconds, which is interesting. That's a very broadcast. 7 seconds is what they do for broadcast television.
I'm on my iPhone. Is it coming through live?
Yes.
Now
Yes,
you're live and I can hear
you're
you.
live.
And Nate, did you have a delay with him?
No, I did not.
Okay. And I didn't. You just answered me pretty quickly there, Nate. So that's good. All right. We'll keep practicing on these and we'll get some of the kinks out. So since we have you there in a beautiful setting, Wally, tell us who you are, where you are, what's your microclimate, and you've got a greenhouse that you might be able to become part of the bonsai greenhouse panel discussion, huh?
I hope so. My name's Wally Jarrett. I live in Searcy, Arkansas. This morning it was 22 degrees. I'm in my greenhouse right now. It's not a large greenhouse, but it was 52 degrees when the weather outside was 22 degrees. I've been doing bonsai for probably 4.5 years, and I've obviously I watch your channel, Dave, and I watch Steve's channel, and I watch all the other channels that everybody else has on there. I don't do videos or anything, but we have a club that I'm the media guy for the club that we have here in Central Arkansas, and like I said, I just really enjoy doing it. I'm retired.
Well, if you
Me
are
too.
if you are available, real quickly, Steve, then you can ask a question. If you're available, I'm going to ask you live on this live stream. If you're available on the 26th and want to talk about that beautiful greenhouse with Steve and a couple other of us, I'd love to have you part of the panel. Would you be willing to do that?
I'd be willing to do that. I've already got it on my calendar as far as the live thing, so we're good to go.
Wally, I'm adding you to my list right now. Steve, go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah. I want to know about your shade cloth because I think I'm going to need one of these days.
Well, here's my thinking on that. I think you're in a little bit cooler climate than I am. Like next week, we're supposed to be in the 60s, but all this week, as a matter of fact, at the end of this week, we're supposed to be in the single digits. And so the reason I have it gets pretty hot in here, and you know that because you have a greenhouse. But I put the shade cloth on there. I thought I was only going to use it during the winter time, and I only use my greenhouse during the winter time. But I like it because I can come in here and on the hot days during the wintertime, when I say hot days, I'm talking about 50 or 60 degrees. The shade cloth probably knocks 15 degrees off the temperature on the inside of this greenhouse.
So I would like to be using mine more in the summer. So I'm thinking a shade cloth might work for me.
Well, it would definitely work. Now this one is I think is 50%. Either 30% or 50%. I can't remember exactly. I can send you a link or put a link on here for the one that I have. And what I do is I only put it on one side because that's where I have my greenhouse. The sun right now is up in this direction, and that's going to be south. North is that way, west is that way, and east is that way. So I've got my greenhouse with the broadside facing in the south direction, and that's the side that I have my shade cloth on.
Okay. Okay.
And I keep my greenhouse at I try to keep it around 52 degrees on the coldest days. And then on the warmer days, I go ahead and open the vent and I open the door. And I have two fans in here. One's a solar fan, and then the other is just a lithium battery fan.
Okay. Dave can attest to on the hottest days, you can't even
Yeah.
get in my greenhouse.
Yeah.
That's for sure. It is amazing what the sun does to us, and so this is a perfect example, everybody, of what I want to do on our expo on the 26th. We're going to have a live panel discussion, and Steve and Wally right there. There's your two guests for sure. I hope to have Nigel a part of that. If you're going to join me live. But anybody who has a greenhouse who wants to be a part of this, Wally, you do the same as well. Please email me and we'll get that solidified and we'll talk behind the scenes about what's going on. So if you
can do
bonsaiacres@gmail.com, tell me, of course, remind me who you are, where you're from, and all that, and that we talk.
Yeah, I will.
Awesome. Very cool. Nate, where are you from? Washington, somewhere out there, right? Is that accurate?
Sequim.
So from Squim, Washington.
Can you say it out loud one more time for me?
Squim.
Oh, that's how it's
Washington.
pronounced. Okay.
Squim. Because I'll pronounce it wrong every time, so I'm going to leave it to Nate.
So there's about a 10-second delay, and then there's a huge echo with everything. So I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Okay.
So, Dave, I wonder if it has something to do with him being on a computer, because when I was on my computer, you're getting that feedback. Now that I'm on my iPhone, and I don't know what Steve is using, if he's using a camera or an iPhone, but
I'm using my iPad.
Okay, there you go. It may be because of using a computer camera or something like that. An Android. I mean, I'm not putting Androids down. I'm just saying that we're on iPhones and we're not getting any feedback whatsoever.
Interesting. So that's good. Good to test out. So maybe Nate, you and I, we'll do a live stream, just you and I, or a pretend one. We won't really broadcast it, and people join us. They do, but we should try some things and get things going for you. So we won't talk anymore, so you don't have to listen to us in delay. There you go. Thank you. All right. So we'll thank you very much, Wally. Thank you very much, Nate. And thank you very much, Steve. This is an experiment in the process of making things smooth for the 26th. I appreciate that. I have Leah that all of a sudden is here. Lee, well, there you are. And there's a kitty cat there. How you doing, Lee? Can I get your mic unmuted from your end? And then let's see if we have any feedback from you.
Yes. Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Is there feedback, or are you right away hearing me and talking?
I can hear you fantastic.
And what system are you on, sir?
I'm on a laptop.
Laptop, Apple, or a PC?
Hewlett Packard, but I do have a really good Wi-Fi. I've got super fast, 300 gigabyte something speed Wi-Fi. So
okay, those are some of the issues I'm concerned about. Right, what Wi-Fi people have, what will they be able to hear? Most of what we do, if we have the live presenters able to do what you and I are doing right now, everybody else will be fine because they'll hear it when they hear it. And it might be, 7 to 10 seconds delayed for Nate even right now from the rest of the world, but he'll get the access. What'll be tricky then is if we have 5 or 6 people on who a couple of them are delayed, and the rest of us are on the same time frame. So that's good. We'll get out these kinks. Lee, tell everybody where you're from and a little bit about your bonsai journey.
Originally from South Florida, currently live in a little town called Newland in North Carolina, up in the mountains. I had a few bonsai trees several years ago, but I got out of it for a couple of years, and I got back into it here a few years ago. I only have about 20 trees, but that's okay. I have a very small greenhouse, only about what a 4x6 greenhouse, but it's perfect for what I need. And that's about it.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thanks for joining this, and Appreciate you chiming in here on the video too, so I can get a little bit more tester subjects on here to see how we'll do this in the future. Awesome. So for Lee or anybody else, again, anybody else want to be a part of the expo in some way, shape, or form? Let's talk about how I want others to participate besides the live stream and besides the panel discussions. Here's what I'm doing. So for anybody out there who has a YouTube channel that we've talked about, like Steve's Backyard Bonsai and all the other folks out there, if you have a channel, I want to show you off, right? So what I'm asking people to do is, if we don't do anything live together, I would like you to produce a little video, kind of like what we just did live with Lee. And we can keep it short and sweet, 5 to 10 minutes. Tell us who you are, what your microclimate is all about, your bonsai collection, your bonsai journey. In 5 to 10 minutes, a little bit about your YouTube channel. And what I'll do is I'll send you some questions, and we'll just kind of make it work. And you can finish the video, and we can either stream it that day live for the first time. You could send me footage over the internet, and we can figure out how we can get all that stuff downloaded. So think that over, and anything you want to create, and we can share, that's great. The other way people can participate in our expo here is, I want to see trees. This is a hobby about trees, and I'm not showing a whole lot of trees yet, and I want to show more trees. And so we got to see the greenhouse of Wally earlier. That's awesome. I want to see how people are set up. I want to see their pedestals. I want to see their pots. I want to see their trees, and just how they're doing bonsai. I talk about this with Minnesota Bonsai members. I just talked about it this past weekend at one of our concepts classes. We still go, even after 10 years in, and watch a workshop, watch a class, and we're still learning tons. And like, oh, I never thought of that. So that's what this is all about. That's what Bonsai on YouTube is all about. That's what all the questions in the chat are all about. And that's what the 26th of July will be all about. So I want to see your stuff too. And it can be just in picture form. So viewer picks. While we're having technical difficulties, when we need to go to the bathroom and take a little break from all the mayhem on the 26th, I want to showcase some people's art. Now, that's not to say I want people to tune out when your picture is up, but we're going to show some photo montages of your trees as well. So send me a few pictures and give me some specifics. You know, who you are, where you are, how long you've had the tree, how long has it been in training, is there a story behind the tree, a little bit of info that we can either share on screen just in still form, a little bit of data points to the left or right of the tree, or however we design that, and just share some great pictures of your tree. All right. So videos, pictures, join us live and be part of a panel discussion. Panel discussion topics will be coming in the near future. Any ideas of what you all want to learn in this presentation, go ahead and ask those to me, bonsaiacres@gmail.com. What would you like this group of hobbyists to talk about? And when we have Nigel on, what can we ask him? When we have Jonas Dupuy on, what can we ask him? Start sending some of those questions now. I'll compile some questions, but we'll also be able to do it live. And then if we don't answer your questions from our list of questions, you can ask live in the chat system. So that's also how you can help. All right. That would be fantastic. So Lee, I will go ahead and sign you off. Thanks for hanging out with us on the show. And who's your kitty, by the way?
That's Zippy. She's several years old, about 10 years old. I want to say hi to Nigel and everybody. Thank you. Real quick, if everyone sees me looking over, so I'm actually also watching on my big screen TV on Roku, because I can have it on YouTube there and read the chat and then watch and talk to you live on my laptop. So if people just keep seeing me looking away from the camera.
And you're seeing it pretty much in sync, real time for the most part?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you for that information, Lee. Fantastic. So watching on TV, Roku TV, and you're able to, wow, that's fantastic. Very cool. If some of you are watching on your television on YouTube, I have the app on my TV with Amazon, the Prime stick or whatever, and I can watch this stuff live as well. Then I could interact on my computer. Very good. Thanks, Lee. We'll sign off for right now.
Thank you. And I just happen to be wearing your shirt today.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's right. Merchandise always available on the YouTube channel. I love that shirt and I love that color. Way to go, Lee. Thank you for the support. I so appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. That was awesome. What a nice free plug there. We got Steve still with us. Wally walking around the world. That's all we have live. Thanks, Wally. Wally, we could sign you out if you want to. That's fantastic. I'm going to kick Lee out. I don't want to do that. All right, let's do that. You guys can leave on your own time. So Steve,
Yeah.
you're part of the next challenge, so I wanted to ask you a quick question here. Are you a part of the Ginkgo Fest, my friend?
I am.
Can you tell
I have
people shortly what the Ginkgo Fest is all about?
well, Dave Harding sent us sent a bunch of people his ginkgo seedlings, and mine is sitting in the greenhouse, looking like a little stick right now, and hopefully it'll bud out, and I'll be able to talk about that with Dave, with all of you all.
Yeah.
So we got to see what that's all about. And one of the things I want to do for the video for the Bonsai Fest, Bonsai Expo, excuse me. I want to showcase my favorite tree. It's not my best looking tree, but it's my favorite. And I'm going to be taking little video clips starting now while it's got no leaves on it.
Awesome.
And all the way up through just before the expo, I'll get a video to you, and I'll talk about that tree. It's my Rose of Sharon that my mom had started.
Nice.
And I love it for that reason.
That's awesome. And what I'm going to do with some of my guests too is, like, I might pull Steve aside and do a little Zoom interview or a side interview that we can showcase, because what I really want to talk to Steve about, whether he wants to or not, he can agree or disagree right now live, is if you are a part of some of these challenges like this Ginkgo Fest thing. It's not really a challenge, but kind of an experiment and a fun following along journey. Steve's landscape art is phenomenal, and I want to highlight Steve's landscape art because it's just so amazing, and the dedication to detail that, Steve, you put into your New York Central Park and the road scene with the guardrail. It's phenomenal, everybody. When you're up close in his backyard, it is still so incredibly phenomenal. The pictures make it look so incredibly phenomenal and real, and I just love. So I can also interview people, and we can do a little short tidbit on those as well. Steve, will you talk to me about those as well?
Sure, I'd be happy to, and hopefully I'll have the next one that I'm dreaming about started, and
Yeah.
At least we can go there.
Yeah, we'll ask a few questions about that. You can share what you want to share based on its journey so far at that point.
Okay.
Fantastic. Well, Steve, thank you for joining as well. I appreciate that. And I
have to bail and do some errands, but
all right.
This is fun.
Thank you, man.
A lot of fun.
Appreciate your time. All right. Steve, everybody, from Steve's Backyard Bonsai. And let us now share and present that contest, that challenge. Challenges come and go on the YouTube world and in YouTube or bonsai community, I should say. And this is from Buffalo Bonsai. So now I want to share Buffalo Bonsai. So I'm going to see if I can get him up here. I'm learning how to do this now. Here's Buffalo Bonsai as I move off smaller screen. So Buffalo Bonsai here has a whole bunch of shorts, and Buffalo Bonsai got his video. And so we're going to go ahead and play his video here, and I'll see if you can see it all with me. So here's his unboxing of Ginkgo Fest.
Hello and welcome back to Buffalo Bonsai. There's a bit of snow on the ground, but on top of the snow is like a layer of ice. I'm walking on top of the snow, and I got some golf balls and my old putter out, and seeing as how it's too cold and snowy to golf, I set up we're going to try to putt on some ice here. So we're going to see if I can put it over there into the hole. So here we go. Well, that one didn't make it very far. Let's try again. All right, we went a little bit to the right with the green ball. Let's try the pink ball. Not bad. Hello, and welcome back to Buffalo Bonsai.
Hello, and welcome back to Buffalo Bonsai. I got a package in the mail from our good friend, Dave Harding, over at Dreaming of Bonsai. I know what's in here, but some of you might not. So let's crack this thing open, shall we? So if you don't know Dave, he's a really cool guy. He has a YouTube channel called Dreaming of Bonsai. And he sprouted some ginkgo seeds
and he had a ton of them, and he sent them out to people that wanted one for free, which was very nice of him. Thank you, Dave. And let's open this thing up and see what it looks like. So he's got this thing going on. He's doing Ginkgo Fest, and he wants everybody to participate that he sends a tree to. So we got a nice little note. I am happy to be a part of Ginkgo Fest, Dave. So let's see what we got here. Got some packaging. It seems packaged very nice. Here's the tree. He also included some seeds that I'm going to sprout right in here. He says to sprinkle them with a little bit of cinnamon to a mold. So there's some seeds in here, and we're going to sprout them right in this bag. But here we go. Here's what we want to see here. Very nicely packaged, Dave. Wow. Holy crap. And look at that. There we go. There's a ginkgo tree. How cool is that? Let me get it out of this package. And there it is, out of the saran wrap. Look at how cool that is. I've never had a ginkgo, so I don't really know what to expect. And I don't know really what I'm going to do with it. But that's the beauty of Ginkgo Fest, is to see what everyone is going to do with their little seedlings. I'm going to grab some pots and show you guys some options, what I think I might put it in. Maybe something like that. This is a pretty fancy one. It needs a hole in it. But we got that. Maybe something like this. Shallow training pot. Or perhaps the smaller black plastic training pot. But anyway, those are just a few options. Let me know what you guys think. And be sure to go subscribe to Dave's channel. Great guy, great videos, great trees. And consider subscribing to me. I would really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. And I look forward to seeing what everyone else does with their ginkgos. Happy Ginkgo Fest, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
All right. Thanks. We'll catch you on the next one, and we'll show your golf video of you putting on the tundra or whatever that was going to be. Clicking buttons, trying to figure out all the nooks and cranny here of this StreamYard that I've only used about 3 or 4 times, but fantastic. So there we had part of the Ginkgo Fest. So we still got Wally on. We got Nate back on. Nate, have you tried in a different format now? I'm going to put you back on here.
Yes.
Now you're up and down mode, so you must be on your phone.
Yes, I'm on my phone now, and there's no echo, and I can hear you fine.
Interesting. So we'll have to tease that out to people if they want to watch with no echo, if they're having issues, to try it on their cell phone, which is not the premier way to watch something like this. So yeah, we'll work on some of those kinks and figure that out. That's good. I'm glad we got, thank you for doing that, man. I appreciate you and Wally re-signing back on and trying on the phone. That looks great. We can see it. Everything's cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, what else we got today? We're coming up on an hour, so I don't want to make this too long, but I love how people are hanging out. I love people are talking. What I can't do very well as by myself in my basement, my plant room, is look at all the chat coming in. So what I am going to do is have a couple people locally. I know I'm going to speak to Ryan right now. I think Ryan expressed interest in helping me out. And I do also have my friend Mark Lundquist. If Mark and Ryan are available on July 26th and want to dedicate themselves to being here and helping me technology-wise with the questions and how is everything looking and sounding, and we can even be in separate rooms, but keeping track of all the questions coming in. Ryan and Mark, that's some of the things that I'm going to need from people to make this as seamless as possible and keep all the expenses down. Because my son is starting to ask me for a lot of money to help him these days, except for the drone shots. He loves doing those. All right, so I want to present one more thing before we go, and it's on the kind of the follow-up to what we just saw as far as that challenge or that experiment going on. The Ginkgo Fest with Dave, awesome. I have my tree, but the unboxing, I'm not doing it live. I don't want to waste your time. I did do it earlier. It'll be on a video coming up, so I wanted to my props out to Dave for doing the Ginkgo Fest. And this is what's so cool about this community again, right? We all are talking to each other and doing some of these challenges. And now he's sending trees all across the country. So Dave, I don't want to steal your thunder, but what I've been thinking about for a good couple of months myself now is another challenge. And I think this one's going to rock everybody's world. I do believe it's really going to send people into a tizzy. So let me go ahead and see if I can find what I need to find here. One of those things where I have to go find it because I somehow got it off of my computer. So I'm going to go find it on my computer live with y'all here. Here we go. Okay, so right here. This right here, everybody, is, oh, where did it go? Right here. Here we go. This, everybody, is Steven from Indianapolis. And so this is my picture from Steve in his greenhouse when I was in Indianapolis. And Steve and I are going to get together in Chicago on my spring break. And here's why we are getting together. Because of this new challenge. So I have a challenge for all of you because I think this would be super, super fun, but also very, very challenging and maybe hard to do. Or maybe it's easy. For someone like me who has a bazillion trees, this challenge could be easy. Now, hopefully people are still watching and can get a little heads up on this challenge, but I'm going to be talking about it more in the future. But here we go. Here's Steve. And Steve and I are to get together in Chicago. We're going to talk with maybe Chris Baker again at the Botanical Gardens. I'm going to go there again. I can't wait. And but then Steve and I are going to do something else. Can anybody guess what this challenge is going to be? All right, here's what the challenge is going to be. Let me get rid of Steve on my screen here, and let me check this one right here. There it is, everybody. How scary is this? This is going to be the Bonsai Swap Challenge. And here's how it's loosely going to run. Now, you can do this any way you want. I don't want a lot of rules. I just want you to have some faith and trust and reach out to one of your bonsai friends, hopefully somewhere close to you, or maybe you can ship stuff in the mail, up to you, but don't ship really expensive pots, okay? The Bonsai Swap Challenge. And I challenged Steve to do this with me, and he said, absolutely, that would be really cool. So he and I are going to swap trees at the end of March. And here we go. Number one, find a bonsai friend and swap trees with them. Number two, keep the tree in your possession for 2 full growing seasons. 2 full growing seasons. Number three, I want you to put your creativity into that tree as long as you keep it alive. Of course, the goal is you want to keep this alive. We don't want to return a dead tree to our friend, right? Number four, you give up creative rights to your tree while it's gone. So if someone wants to cut off a branch, pot it in a different way, you're going to give up that freedom. See, it's the challenge, isn't it? Right? Don't be giving your best trees, everybody, unless you really, really have a lot of trust in your friend. Take photos and or videos of the journey. So if you're a YouTuber, great. Make a little video on it. If you're a photographer, just take your cell phone, take some pictures of the journey. How I got it. I worked on it here in May. I pruned it in August. Here it is when I repotted it the next year. And then record your journey on a couple of snapshots. Return the tree to your friend and hope that you're still friends. That's going to be important. And then broadcast your results on your or another YouTube channel, like Dave's Bonsai or Steve's Backyard Bonsai. And one of the great things about this community is I just connected Steve out in New York, Long Island, with someone who's closer to his area. They've connected already, and maybe they could do a tree swap. Or maybe he could do that with Matt Brennan. So Matt Brennan, if you're watching, you and Steve could swap trees for a couple of years. This is a huge undertaking. But what I think is going to be kind of fun about it is to step away from a tree. Put down the scissors, Dave. Put down the scissors. Give it to someone else for a couple of years and see what their perspective can be on the tree. They can spin it on their round table and go like, gosh, I really like this tree. My buddy up in Alaska, the Bald Yeti, he'll respond on some of his feeds to me, his comments in a video, goes, oh, Dave, do you see the possible front at 1736 of your video? I love that. No, I didn't see that. And so when I got to go back and watch that, I saw his perspective, and we might be able to make that the front of that tree. So again, I love this community to get together and maybe do some collaborations. And I think these could make some really cool videos or photo montages of how person A and person B saw this tree, changed it up, mixed it up, and then did that. Now, of course, trees could die. This could get kind of ugly. So please don't send your best tree. Again, don't send really expensive pots in the mail. But if this can work for you, I would love to see a half a dozen or more of these challenges across the country or your neck of the woods in Europe, or a couple of you in Australia know each other or close enough, I think this would be really cool to watch the progression over 2 years. And of course, we can't watch all of this for a couple of years, but there's always updating and highlights we could do on channels as well. So this isn't something that I want to show of everybody's results. I hope everybody in the bonsai YouTube world will take the time to join this journey and add this to their slate, because it's something you could work over time. It doesn't have to be finished tomorrow or next month, but you could always give updates. So there you have it. The Bonsai Swap Challenge, heard first here as we hit an hour of this live stream, and it's time to say goodbye. So I do thank everybody for being here today. This has been a fantastic experiment, and this has been a huge learning curve. I've learned a ton about this whole streaming platform and what you're all seeing. So again, thanks to Wally, thanks to Steve, thanks to Nate, thanks to Lee for checking in. And we're going to do more of these as we lead up to the 26th. So for people to take an hour of their time and hang with me, I so appreciate that. And we're going to have a really fun expo in July, and I need all of you to make it work. I can't just do it here in my bonsai plant room alone. So until the next time, hey, I've got one more video that I'll shoot everybody off with, and that, of course, is my Bonsai Acres video. So if all of you do not know, for those that are you haven't heard me branch off into my other YouTube channel, I am doing just my Bonsai Acres as a channel now. And so for people that want to see that and watch just the bonsai journey up there at Bonsai Acres, you can watch that. So I'm trying to find where I had that presentation here. Let me see here where it's at. Yeah, another glitch in the system. Not able to see that. Where is the video file format that I'm looking for? Let me cancel out of this. So I'm going to show you real quickly. There we go. Here it is. I was able to find it. That wasn't too harsh. It only took me about a minute to find that. So if you're interested, Bonsai Acres is going to be a new channel. People are starting to subscribe. I appreciate that. And that's going to really be focused more heavily on my journey up at Bonsai Acres that I hope all of you can come to someday. You're invited. Just contact me first. So as I say goodbye, thanks again for everybody's support. Here is Bonsai Acres. Go check out the channel. It's at Bonsai Acres. And I'll have links and stuff in my videos moving forward. I think you'll find me. But toodaloo for now. Stay warm, everybody in the upper Midwest. Tomorrow's wind chill factors could be in the 40 below range, and we'll catch you, everybody, on the next one, all right? Take care of you. Take care of your bonsai, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome to Bonsai Acres.
Very excited.